Hello, my name is Andy and I am on team 7833 from the Loyola Academy in Phoenix, Arizona. In this video, we are going to walk you through our group project for the World Class Team Challenge. We were challenged to research how people learn blank, then come up with a solution for how they can learn blank better. For our topic, we chose drug and alcohol education.
Why did we choose to research how people learn to make good decisions about drugs and alcohol? Well, it was mainly for three reasons. First, we wanted to do something different. We figured that everybody would be doing something like math facts or foreign language. Second, we wanted to do something meaningful. We wanted a project that we think about beyond our robotics tournament. Third, we wanted to do something relevant to teenagers. We wanted to combine our love for technology with the power of relationships between us and our families.
First thing we did was look at how most teenagers learn about drugs and alcohol. We learned that this comes from four main groups: parents, schools, the media, and their friends. Next, we looked at what some of the anti-drug and anti-alcohol media campaigns have looked like over the years. Our coach, and then Mr. Buchanan, told us about the Just Say No and the This Is Your Brain on Drugs campaigns. We also looked at others, like the one that is on a lot of billboards now, meth. Not even once.
So, what is the problem with the way that drug and alcohol education is done? Well, when left to parents, it's just really awkward, and they don't always know what is going on in your life. Let's face it, we don't tell them everything. And when schools do it, it is impersonal, and a lot of teens don't relate. The message in the media are well-meant intentioned, but they don't really stick. And your friends, well, your friends aren't always a good influence, nor do they know how to help you. And it's tough to talk about these things. So, with the help of Mr. Tamer and Mr. Buchanan and our Brophy Robotics team mentors, we looked at the idea of getting teens the right message at the right time. What is the right message? We learned that it's more powerful when it's personal. We thought that the message could come from an earlier you and or from people you know and respect. What is the right message? We came to agreement that it was we care too much about you to let you make these decisions. How would teens get this message? It has to be delivered at the right time. What is the right time? When teens are in the situations where they might be considered drugs or alcohol for the first time. When other people are concerned about them, they would receive these pre-recorded messages and remind them of who they are, that they are loved, and who they want to be. Different messages would send them team depending on how much people are worried about them. An app on their cell phone would track this.
So what does this education system look like? At freshman orientation, students choose to be part of this program. When they agree, they get an app on their cell phone. They use the app to record a message to themselves that would be sent to them in times of concern. Then this app runs in the background on their phone, kind of like Facebook. If someone is worried about them making bad decisions about drugs or alcohol, then it will notify you and play the messages you previously recorded. You can also use it to let the other participants in the program know that you are worried about them.
What would this app look like? Well, you would only get it if you signed up for the program. There would be four status conditions. The app icon would be green if there are no worries, yellow if people are a little worried, orange if there is a lot of worry about you, and red if someone thinks you are in a crisis. You would both get status updates and be able to let others know you are worried about them. You would get to choose who gets notified and under what conditions. But by signing up for the program, a school crisis team would always be notified if someone thought you were in a crisis. This app then runs in background through your high school years, alerts you only if someone is worried about you. So, what is this school crisis team? Well, the advantage of signing up for the program is that if you ever are in a crisis, a team of caring adults is notified. This wouldn't result in discipline, but you would have to take care of your substance issues before returning to school, kind of like a leave of absence instead of a suspension.
What is the advantage of getting the message out to teens with an application like this? It reminds teens about who they are and who they wanted to be when they started high school. It delivers to them a personal message that is rooted in care and concern about them and their future. It lets them know that people care most about them in this difficult time, and it is delivered when it is most needed. How did we learn about drug and alcohol education programs? We talked to our mentors from the Brophy Robotics team about what life is like in high school and the choices they made about drugs and alcohol. Then we invited Mr. Buchanan, a retired police officer and our director of security, to meet with our team and talk about his experience with teen and drugs.
Who did we interview as our expert on this topic? As we just mentioned, we talked to Mr. Buchanan, a retired police officer, and the current director of security at our school. We also talked to Brophy students about their experiences to make sure that what we were thinking about this project was real. And lastly, where did our information come from? We used 6 online sources, 1 print source, and 2 interviews that we mentioned earlier. We have made copies of these articles for you to look at if you like.